The GOAT himself, Kevin Durant, has climbed to 6th all time on the scoring list. And the real question, Mars, is how high will he go? Or how high can he go? We will talk all about Kevin Durant, what it's taken for him to get here, what he did last night, what he may potentially do this season, and obviously, y'all, we got to ask the serious question. Is he the best scorer of all time?
The conversation is going to get really nasty when he moves to 5th all time.
And to be honest with
you, going to get crazy.
I think he's going to pass. Yeah, I think he's going to pass Jordan, not Bryant. I think he's going to pass. I think he could pass Jordan by the end of the season, and I think he can. I think he's going to pass Bryant next season. KD came along during the revolution of the long ball, and when the game was actually changing. Like, I don't think we give guys like Dirk Nowitzki nearly as much credit as we should for changing the game as a bucket getter, as a big guy on the wing, because big guys weren't really doing that. So when Dirk Nowitzki comes in at 7 foot, that's playing on the wing like that and playing in the mid-range and shooting the long ball, I think that opened up the door for guys like KD to be more of a bucket getter and not and less of a box player. And I just think that he expanded his game as time went on. Not only did he expand his game as time went on, he expanded his game in every aspect. The guys were shooting the long ball. Okay, I could do that. Playing one-on-one on the perimeter against smaller guys, being able to handle the basketball, I can do that too. Being able to put you on the box, I can do that too. Because he did that in the Golden State Warriors system, where with the ball moving, they played through him on the block, and he was able to hit turnaround jump shots, one dribble pull-ups on the box. That was working. So I think that KD's game stood the test of time as a bucket getter. And I'm not, and again, we're not talking about KD and overall as a player. We're just talking about him as a bucket getter. And I feel like his game has stood the test of time as a bucket getter. And I think he has a legit argument as being the best scorer in NBA history. I personally think it's Jordan, but I do think that he has a legit argument for being the best scorer in NBA history.
I appreciate the fact that he's super ethical about how he does it. Like
what does that mean, Penn? I mean, because the reason why I'm asking you that is because, I mean, I do understand what the narrative is about being ethical. Part of being a great scorer is outsmarting the defense. And if I could get your best defender off me by getting him in foul trouble and getting to the free throw line, I mean, that helps our unit. And then that helps me as a bucket getter, because now I got your second best defender on me. Or now your defense may have to go to zone, which is also conducive to my game. So I it's not like I'm doing something illegal. That's when I think about ethics. Like, it's not like I'm doing something illegal. I'm not sure that I'm following you there, Penn.
I mean, grifting may not be illegal, but it feels kind of gross, doesn't it? When a guy
used to grift.
You think?
Say it again, Moss.
KD used to grift for sure. The rip-through rule was in part because of him. He was grifting his ass off. He just doesn't grift as much now, but KD used to grift. Grift crazy, by the way. KD led the league in free throw attempts a few years. It's not like he was this downhill machine. He got to the rim, but he was swiping through, doing all that nonsense. Like, that's what KD used to do. Like, KD used to grift.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't think his grifting has ever touched the level of some of the top scorers. Like, I don't think he's ever done it to the level of Harden. I don't think he's done it to the level of Shea.
Mm-hmm.
You know, every great scorer to some extent initiates contact to force fouls. I get that, right? You're trying to land into players. You're trying to initiate contact on a drive. You're trying to maybe lean into a guy to force them off balance so that you can get free throws. I understand that. I don't know if that's grifting.
What is grifting in your estimation? To you, what's grifting?
That's a really good question. I think it kind of comes down to how much of what is being called are you actually responsible for? And is it more than 50%? Sometimes a guy will just be standing there with his arms up, right? Or like even with his arms slightly askew, like maybe out of place a little bit. And a guy will almost get him and throw his arms through his arms and make it look like a foul. And then he'll flop on top of that. And he'll fall down and look like he got shot. I feel
Yeah.
like KD didn't get to that level where it became
think he did
unbearable to watch. You think
so,
KD's a
Mars?
flopper, Mars?
The reason why I'm thinking that, Mars, here's why I'm thinking that. The reason why I'm kind of where Penn is with that is
That
because
was like KD's signature, so I don't know.
well, here's what I'm thinking. First and foremost, Mars, as an offensive player, you as a defender, when you're crowding me, I have a right to create space. That's my
I agree. I don't think grifting is a problem. I just don't
No.
agree that KD wasn't doing it. Like, I'm not using that to
and I don't think that's
bash
Penn,
KD. I just think that's what he did.
and I don't
Talking
think
about
that's Penn's point,
defenders
though.
had their arms out and he's going through them, and then that was KD's go-to move to get to the line. Like, that's what he did.
But I don't think that's Penn's point. I think that I don't think he's not saying that KD didn't grift. I think that there were guys who were doing it a lot more than KD, and they were taking it a little further than what KD did, which
You
would
have to
explain
also
why.
understand that
KD
I have
got a rule
watched
change, so I don't
I've
know. That's
watched
kind of in the
KD
same
for
ballpark.
I've watched KD for about 20 years with very rose-colored glasses. I think that has to be stated here as well. From 2006, 7 till about 2020, this was my favorite player in the league, period. And it was not close. Like, I would not listen to a LeBron versus KD debate without telling you that I thought KD was better. So to me, it's like maybe I need to go back and watch some of this stuff. Maybe I need to look at myself in the mirror and be like, did I just invent a lot of stuff where I was watching the things that I wanted to watch? Are my memories of memories maybe reloading some of the bad parts of KD? I defended his move to go to Golden State. I thought I was the only person in the whole world that was doing that at the time. I was like, no, it's good for basketball. KD's just trying to explore his, he just hates Russ. So yeah, that might be it. This might just be KD fandom talking. Like, if you listen to me talking about Scotty Barnes today and you're like, man, Penn sounds really stupid and really delusional, you should have heard me talking about KD like 15 years ago.
What
It was
makes you
worse?
what?
Thank God,
'cause
thank God
this
player's
is-
choice didn't exist.
This is what we talk about,
Hmm.
Swiper, when we talk about intellectual curiosity. What makes you an elite bucket getter? You play in the NBA. What makes you an elite scorer?
Put the ball
Part
in
of
the
it is
basket.
drawing
Okay,
fouls.
putting the ball in the basket, that's not enough because DeAndre Ayton can put the ball in the basket.
I said a lot. I didn't just say put the ball in. You ain't let me finish my
Okay,
sentence.
so what?
Put the ball in the basket a lot.
Okay, so Russell Westbrook put the ball in the basket a lot. Is he an elite scorer?
Yes.
And what makes him an elite scorer? Just because he put the ball in the basket a lot? Is that it? Is it just that simple? No,
Put the
nothing
ball
in
the basket
between.
a whole lot.
Because we got
That's
guys.
like the prerequisite.
Oh, absolutely, you have to score. I mean, I think that goes without saying, Mars. You have to score. But what makes you that though? Like, that's the point to put the ball in the basket.
Well, I mean, there's different ways to do it. Some people do it with physical dominance. Some people do it with craft and skill. Some people do it through rule manipulation and all that's what makes basketball like such a great sport. It's like there's no one way to be elite or something. There's more than one way to be an elite playmaker, more than one way to be an elite scorer. That's why the only like true answer is you have to be able to put the ball in the basket a lot against any type of defense. That's the one catch-all. But the way in which you do it, like Giannis does it differently to Steph Curry. Both of them are elite scorers.
Sure.
Kevin Durant does it differently to Jokic. Both are elite scorers. Russell Westbrook did it different to Kyrie. Both are elite scorers. Now we can say who's better between the two. Like, that's fine conversations to have. But at the end of the day, teams couldn't stop Russell Westbrook in his prime from getting to the rim, getting to the free throw line, scoring 25, 30 points. Teams couldn't stop Kyrie from dancing on you, getting 25 points. Teams couldn't stop Steph Curry from running around on 25 screens, getting 30 points. Teams couldn't stop Kevin Durant from scoring from all over the floor, getting 30 points. Teams can't stop Giannis from getting out in transition, dominating downhill, and getting 30 points. Teams couldn't stop Shaq from posting you up, bullying you all the way under the rim, getting 30 points. Like, that's what makes everyone so special, is that they're all elite, but all doing it differently. So I don't think there's a way in which you have to do it.
That explanation right there, it sounds to me like now we have a preference. So if that's the case, then what makes one guy better than the other? Because the point is to put the ball in the basket. And if I'm scoring at an elite level, and whether it's getting to the rim, whether it's cracking the long ball, whether it's I'm a master at the mid-range, whether I'm great at finishing at the rim, I'm great in the mid. What makes me better than this other guy? Is it the aesthetics? Is it numbers? What makes Kevin Durant a better scorer than SGA? What makes Devin Booker a better scorer than Anthony Edwards?
I think I have a good answer for this. And it comes down to multiple factors. Number one is, how many defenders are you a mismatch for? Like, how many people can successfully
Mhm.
get
So versatility, essentially.
no mismatchability, right?
Mhm.
Like how easily can I stop you? How many players on an average team are even a good matchup for you? Because that's going to dictate a lot. Because if only one player on every single team can even remotely stay with you, like let's just say like we got Tamani Kamara, that's the only good matchup we have for you. Well,
Mhm.
now it's a lot easier than I don't know if I have 5 defenders or 4 defenders who could successfully guard you, because now you're going to have a lot more difficult time navigating the pick and roll and trying to force a switch for a bad matchup. Now, once you get the matchup that you want, now the second part is how quickly or how alert is the help,
Mhm.
right? Sometimes you see Luca, he has a quote unquote like a good matchup. Or let's just say KD. KD is a good example. We're talking about KD. So
Mhm.
let's just say Kevin Durant is going up against the New York Knicks. And obviously Mikal Bridges or OG Anunoby are the only guys who can even stay remotely in his stratosphere. So he's gonna obviously look for a switch on Jalen Brunson or Colin Towns. Now, how alert is the help and how quickly do they come? Now, the third factor here is how successfully can I beat the help? How do I see it? How do I navigate it? How do I manipulate it? And how can I beat it? Now, I think with KD, he usually beats it with minimalism. He'll just shoot over it. You know, he's not going to get super fancy with it. He's not going to dribble 500 times and try to get around it. He'll just beat it. Like when he
Mhm.
was younger, he'd go to the rim a lot more, but now it's just like it's everything is very simplified to like 3 dribbles. And then the fourth and final thing is when the help successfully is able to stop me, how am I able to beat the third layer of the defense? And that's like those tough shots. So I think a player who's really great at this is Kyrie.
That's why I thought that Kevin Durant, when he got to the Warriors, even though I was really critical of it, I really liked his game off the strength that the shots that he was getting when he was playing with Golden State was the same shots he was getting when he was in Oklahoma City, except he only had one guy hanging on him as opposed to 3. And he didn't have to do nearly as much, but he still was ridiculously effective. And the other thing that I really enjoy about Kevin Durant's game in terms of being a bucket getter is how much his game has changed with the times. Like a lot of guys, to Mars's point, putting the ball in the bucket is the ultimate thing, right? At the end, you got to put the ball in the basket. But when the game changes, we've had conversations plenty of times up here about how guys, their game is falling off because the game is changing. John Moran is a prime example of that, even though he just went for 40 a couple of days ago. But because the game is changing, guys can't adapt their game to what's going on. The game might be moving further away from the basket. The game may be becoming more physical. And because it's becoming that, can you adapt to that? And I feel like KD, what people only look at with him is they look at him today. Like I implore a lot of people, go watch some film of KD in like 2013. Go watch some film of KD in 2015. Like I know the KD that you see today, and then go watch some film of KD in 2021. The craftsman, how crafty he was, and the fact that he had to compensate because he tore his Achilles. So that burst that I used to have, I don't have it anymore. I got to get back. I have to get back to being more skilled. And I just think that his game is a testament to how awesome he is in terms of him being able to change with the times.
And
Fellas,
his
I wanna ask a KD question. What's his greatest asset in terms of scoring? Or you could even say on the offensive end.
I think it's
consistency.
his size, to be honest with you.
I was going to say his size.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think
size
it's
is
his
obvious. I
size.
think consistency goes beyond the obvious. Like this is a guy who has never not averaged 25 points per game since his rookie season.
Is it obvious though, Penn? Because I mean, there's a lot of 6'10" guys running around. So there's a lot of 6'10" guys running around who have good skill sets. I think KD, because of his size, he maximizes his skill set.
I
Yeah, it's
think
like a size athletic combination. Like KD's a rare mix of
Yeah.
6'11", 7 feet, fluidity, in control, coordination, and then like the speed that he used to have, the speed explosiveness. Like we've never seen all of that in conjunction. KD is like if you make a 6'8" wing, 7 feet. Like that's like the way in which he moves, and
Mm-hmm.
that extra 4 or 5 inches of height is a big difference for like shot quality, all of that type of stuff. So I think his size with everything he can do is what makes him like the cheat code, I guess.
And then you add in the stuff to your point, Ron. You add into the ball handling. You add in his ability to create space and how he gets the shot off, even with his size. Right. Then you add in the athleticism. It makes him. It literally makes him impossible to deal with.
Yo, I know, Penn. I know you said it's his consistency, which I think that's a good answer. Mars, chill. You guys both said his size. I honestly think it's his shooting ability, and I know
That's what I
that
thought.
kind of is like, oh, well, that goes without saying. I don't think so. Like KD, he shoots better than your average scorer would shoot, and like obviously, like he has the size, he has the athleticism too, but KD's damn near 50, 40, 90 on his career. Like that's ridiculous. That like nobody, point guards don't do that, shooting guards don't do that, small forwards don't do that. Like you don't see people from you can
Steve
go
Nash can
any
do that,
height.
I guess.
You could go any height. 6'3" guards don't normally do that. 6'7" guys don't normally do that, let alone a 7-footer. And so, like, obviously, you could throw the height in there, you could throw the consistency in there because you got to be consistent to shoot 50, 40, 90. But like, to me, it's just that his shooting ability from anywhere.
Ron, would he, because of his shooting ability, would you factor in his ability to not take bad shots? Would that help? Because I think KD was a tough shot maker. I won't argue that KD was a 100% tough shot maker, but I think people don't give KD enough credit for how smart he was as a shot creator and shot taker. I don't think KD. Maybe it's because I think that there are guys who take bad shots. KD didn't take a lot of bad shots, and they didn't look like bad shots to me. Let me rephrase that.
I think that's because it's KD.
So in 2018,
Yeah.
2019, Kevin Durant had he played 78 games in the regular season. He had a grand total of 4 games where he shot below 35%. He had a
4
total
games
of
the entire season.
4 games the entire season.
Wow.
He had 9 games total where he shot below 40%. The vast majority of his games, which is over 50 games that season, he shot above 50% from the field.
Yeah.
Not true shooting, 50% from the field total. And this is with high volume 3-point attempts. I think Kevin Durant's ability, why I said consistency matters so much, is you can go through most mega scores that you're thinking about, from Kobe Bryant to LeBron James, and you can find a lot of these 35, 34% games, even with Luka and Shea. Like they happen.
Sure.
With KD, he just finds a way to get to like his 45 to 50%, from the field. He just gets there.
The reason why I look at it as him not taking bad shots, because one, his length and his ability to get off the ground when he's shooting the basketball, it didn't look like a bad shot. So if he's 18 feet away from the basket, going to his weak hand and falling away, that doesn't look like a bad shot to me, as opposed to a guy that's 6'2", that's falling away, shooting that kind of shot. With KD, one, you couldn't get to it. 2, he's basically shooting down. It just looked way different from him. And I want to say that with him moving up this scoring list, and I don't know if you guys have heard me say this, but I've said this in the past, with him moving up this scoring list, I feel like I think that this is validating him as being one of the best scorers, if not the best scorer of his generation. If you're going to do this, this is the kind of list that you should be on. Because when I'm top 5 all time in scoring, when I'm top 3 all time in scoring, like, we talk about you different, especially when you've done it for such a long time. Like, KD wasn't just a scorer for 8 or 9 years. KD was a bucket getter from the door, and he's been a bucket getter since he's been in the league, and we're in year 18. And how many years has KD not been an elite scorer in your estimation?
1.
Just the year he was injured.
I was thinking maybe his rookie year.
Probably his rookie year. It
was-
depends how you feel about 09 KD. Yeah, it depends how you feel about his second year, if you would call him elite by that point. But by year 3, it's undeniable.
Right.
I think he led the league in scoring in year 3. So I mean,
Yes.
I don't know where you were on KD at the draft in 2007, but
Greg Oden was the guy that I was on. I was not on KD.
So 18 years ago, I made a video mix. It's called Kevin Durant, the number 23. It's on YouTube, weirdly enough. And the disclaimer to that video is in 1984, the Chicago Bulls drafted a guard from North Carolina with the 3rd pick in the draft. That player went on to become the greatest player of all time. He was the face of the NBA for nearly 15 years, and since his retirement, the NBA searched for a player who could make people believe they were witnessing greatness every time they watched him. A player who could capture the imagination of the league once again. A player who could carry the torch. 23 years ago, the league was gifted Jordan. 23 years later, they were gifted Durant. That is to say, this is not surprising that he is about to pass Michael Jordan. This was supposed to happen, but it's crazy the way it's happened. It's crazy. Like if at that moment you told me that he would go and join a 73-win team, that he would win 2 titles, I don't know what I was expecting at that point, but I got to tell you, I expected him to go to Seattle. I expected the Sonics to stay in Seattle. I expected him to bring like 6 championships to Seattle.
Oh, you
That's
too?
what I thought. Yeah. Yeah, me too.
Oh, is that where the origin of the hate story started?
We're not doing that today, Real Talk. We are giving flowers and praise to people that deserve their flowers and
I
praise.
simply ask you a question. So yet another modern day wing that Jordan never had to play is about to pass him up on the scoring list, right? We've already had Kobe Bryant do it. LeBron James did it. And now Kevin Durant's about to do it. And that goes to my theory that I was trying to inform you all about, that y'all didn't want to listen because y'all are stuck in your ways. You know, you can't teach an old dog like Chill new tricks. But fact of the matter is, KD is the better scorer than Michael Jordan.
Tricks, actually.
And KD is probably the greatest scorer of all time. 7 feet tall, right? Can handle the ball, can shoot from all areas of the court. Had the athleticism pre-Achilles tear. I don't really know why this is so hard to come to grips with for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? But it just is what it is. He can shoot over everybody. He can go by everybody. He had counters. He could be a dominant force in transition. He had to pull up 3. He can finish over the rim. As Chill likes to always say, he can finish above the rim, below the rim, mid 3, 90% free throw shooter on top of that. This is the greatest scorer ever. So shout out to Kevin Durant. Also passing another scorer that MJ didn't have to play, in Dirk Nowitzki. So shout out to KD.
It's the panel. Religion get built on cam. Where the check throw smoke and the host go ham. You ain't never seen hoops all hit the raw. Every take got weight, every night we drop. It's that barbershop. Courtside, worldwide tone. Welcome to the only show that really feel like numbers jumping like the score.